On the morning of August 16, 1942, a United States Navy blimp drifted silently over the California coastline. No one on board was steering it. When it finally crashed into the streets of Daly City, first responders rushed to the wreckage and pried open the gondola door. What they found, or rather, what they didn't find, would confound the United States Navy for decades. The gondola was completely empty. No pilots, no blood, no sign of a struggle. Every piece of survival equipment, the parachutes, the life raft, the radio, still inside, untouched. The two men who flew that blimp had simply vanished. It was the height of World War II. The Pacific coastline was under constant threat, and the U.S. Navy patrolled these waters daily, watching for enemy submarines lurking beneath the surface. Lieutenant Ernest Cody and Officer Charles Adams were experienced, trusted. They had run missions like this dozens of times. That morning, they were assigned a routine anti-submarine patrol, a standard run up the California coast. Nothing about it should have been remarkable. But before they even left the ground, something was wrong. The blimp was inexplicably heavy, far beyond what the instruments should have shown. They couldn't explain it. They assumed it was moisture from the coastal fog collecting on the envelope. To compensate, they made a decision. They left their third crew member, a mechanic, behind on the ground. At 7:38 in the morning, Cody radioed back to base. They were on course. Everything was normal. Then, at 7:50 a.m., 12 minutes later, came another transmission. They had spotted an oil slick on the ocean surface below and were descending to investigate. That was the last anyone would ever hear from them. A fishing boat captain in the area watched what happened next. He saw the blimp drop low over the water, releasing flares down into the oil slick. Then, without warning, the blimp's nose angled upward. It climbed straight into the clouds and disappeared. The Navy launched seaplanes to search. When they finally spotted the blimp again, it was drifting at a dangerously high altitude, far beyond operational limits. Before the search planes could reach it, the blimp plunged back into the clouds and was gone again. On the ground below, a woman named Ida Ruby was riding her horse along the coastal cliffs when she spotted the blimp drifting erratically overhead, swaying, low, completely out of control. She raised her binoculars. Through the glass, she could see clearly inside the gondola windows. 3 figures. 3 people were visible inside that blimp. Only 2 pilots had boarded that blimp that morning. No one else had been authorized. No one else had gotten on. Moments later, the blimp drifted over the rooftops of Daly City and came down. The Navy's investigation was inconclusive. The pilots were never found, and no one could ever explain who the third person was or where any of them went. Some questions, it seems, even the military cannot answer.